You're welcome to my talk, Taming the Matrix with PowerShell. This talk is about an IoT related device. I turn it around in a few moments. This is not work related. This is completely fun, maybe home automation, smart home, whatever you like. First of all, I have to thank our sponsors, Chocolately, Jane Street, Knowledge Factory, Ironman Software, and Synergy. And starting with my talk, I have to give credits to the guys and to all the folks because I'm standing here. And first of all, this is a developer called Blue Forcer. It's a guy from Frankfurt in Germany, because he wrote the custom firmware for these smart little IoT devices, which are normally come with a Chinese firmware, which you can't do anything with it, despite of put it somewhere on your desk and show the time and something on. And what I've done is writing a PowerShell module against these firmware. The second one I have to thank is my colleague Gerrit Coxmeier, because he had such a device standing on his work desk with such a little on-air display, because he was in a video call and doesn't want to disturb. And I saw it, and later I asked him, "Hey, Gerrit, what is it? Can you explain?" And so it triggered me to play around with it. The PowerShell community, I have also thank you to all of you, because without the heartwarming community, I wouldn't brave enough to stand here. And last but not least, my family, because when I work on these topics in my spare time, I have no time for my family. And right now, my wife and my dog are exploring Malmö on their own, because we are on holiday and I'm here. And so I have to say many thanks to them. Okay, a few words about me, because most of you don't know me. My name is Frank Lindenblatt. I'm in the IT since 1984. I started with a C64 at home when it came out, and in school with an Apple device, with an early Apple IIc, Apple IIe in school. And since 1988, I'm in a professional IT, working on several different IT systems, PC systems, novel NetWare, mainframe, OS2, somebody of you may know it, Linux, and currently for the last 15 years on Windows. Currently, I'm a senior DevOps engineer working at the Finance Informatik in Hanover. This is a computing center of the German saving banks. So when you are sometimes in Germany, take your credit card or European card and pay online, it goes through our systems. And my passion about IT-related topics is PowerShell outside the mainstream. You see it when I talk about some things here. And mixed language coding. Since my early days, I almost work with two different coding languages at the same time. And right now it's PowerShell and C#. Okay. What we are talking about? We are talking about these so-called Ulanzi Smart Pixel Clock. It's a Chinese device, relatively cheap. And as I've told earlier, this comes with a closed source firmware. You can't do many things with it. And this is what I'm talking about. To work without, because we are on a PowerShell conference, so this has to do something with a PowerShell. I wrote a PowerShell module called PSATRIX 3, which relies on the custom firmware I've mentioned. And this is extremely complex, extremely powerful. You can control it via REST API calls with a bunch of JSON structures, properties, and so on. But this is not very convenient, so I made it a PowerShell module so you can almost use any PowerShell feature with it. And this should be enough about PowerShell slides. I will try to install a device now live on stage, coming from the Chinese firmware to writing the custom firmware and doing a few steps. These little images I've done live because with this device, because when the custom firmware is on it and you control it via PowerShell, you can take so-called screenshots from this device, and this you will see this maybe in my talk tomorrow. I will give Pocha Kucha tomorrow in the afternoon. There are a few more images all I've taken with the functionality of the module and the underlying custom firmware from this guy. So now let's end this. And let's start. This is not what I expected. Just a moment. Better. Okay. So, first of all, here's my little device. I turn it on. Takes a moment, and you see. I hope you can see it at least at the places here near to me. This is a Chinese firmware which is on it. I now plug it in because this is something which I have to do by cable. Because all ESP32 devices are mostly connected via a serial port. And it's important that we know which serial port. If you have Bluetooth devices, you have COM ports connected to your computer. And these will, I don't want to flash something on it. So we have to know it's COM6. Everything you can do is first the flashing the firmware via a web interface. In the session abstract, I wrote I will it completely do with PowerShell. Unfortunately, I was a little bit too optimistic because these two devices I have here and turn around later, I have installed many a long time ago where I hadn't this PowerShell module. And so I had to do it via the online flasher. And I didn't remind it that the first time, only the first time when you flash the firmware on these devices, you have to erase these devices. It's a flag which you have to set now in a few moments. And exactly this feature I couldn't at this time implement in C# or in PowerShell. When the firmware is once flashed on it later on, then it's possible. But this little step in between I have to work on, and so we have to flash it online. But it doesn't matter because it's quite easy. There's an online flasher. I connect the COM6 serial device, which we have seen in the device manager a few moments ago. I connect it and simply click install ATRIX 3. And this checkbox is important for the very first time. If you later will install a newer firmware version, then this is not necessary. Now the device is beeping, it's erasing. It takes a few moments. And I hope it works out. Erasing the device takes the longest time. If it's one time erased, then flashing the firmware. Crossing fingers, hope it works out, but it looks good out. Yeah, I tested it several times, so I'm optimistic, and I tested the WLAN, the wireless LAN, and so on, and hope the demo god is with me. Wow, perfect. Wow, that was the first step, the first big step, because now we are in the game. Ah, perfect. After installing the firmware, the device automatically starts in the AP mode. This means now this clock spans on an own wireless LAN, which I have to connect to bring it in my own wireless LAN with all my devices. For this, I have prepared a second Wi-Fi adapter on my notebook. And as you can see, the device's Wi-Fi name is named ATRIX _ and the last 6 digits of the MAC address of the device. So every device in a network, if you have multiple of them, you can identify them. And it's important for later. Connect. The password is simple 12345678. And now we are connected. So this does not work. This does not interest. What we now have to do is start the website. Now we are connected with this device. So now we can enter or scan our Wi-Fi networks. Bunch of Wi-Fi networks. This is a network I've opened with my own hotspot to include it here. I have to. I have to enter the Wi-Fi network, store credentials, connect to it, connect it. Turns out perfectly today. Demo God is with me. So now I have this third device in my network together with these two devices. And perfect. Now they are switching some displays through. These displays are so-called built-in apps. Built-in apps, please don't compare it with an app on your smartphone or something like this. This is hard-coded built-in functionality. There's a timer in it, a clock, daytime calendar, a little functionality, a humidity sensor, a battery sensor for sure, because you can use it still by battery. And what I've forgotten? Something I've forgotten. They are four. Okay. What we can now do is to work with this in our own network. I want to discover the devices I have, the three different devices I have in my network. And this is where we start using the functionality of my module. I've imported it right now. We can just here give a short overview. Currently, I have 62 commandlets implemented. And as I've shown on the slides, this is not even feature complete. There are many, many more functionalities I have to implement. But one important thing to easily work with it is try to discover these devices. And this works out too. Under the hood, there is an UDP request sent out, an UDP broadcast. All these PSATRIX clocks respond with their name to the UDP request. I collect them in a specified amount of time because when I have only 3 devices and I know they normally respond relative fast, I don't want to scan all the time. Sometimes I have to set a timeout, and the timeout is 10 seconds in my case. So now I have 3 devices. One that is new. This is this device. What I do here is I store the names of the devices in a little structure and register them for my module to use them globally. This makes it easier for me in presentations or in a testing environment that I don't have to set always an IP address or something like this because I don't want to rename them in my Wi-Fi. I can say it's the IP address. I have the MAC address. They are fixed, and I can set a name whatever I want in my code. So that's it, registered. So what I now can do is, hopefully I have set the icons. Just a moment. Okay. You can see here one functionality from the underlying custom firmware that it exposes URLs which you can display also the content of the display in a website. And this is extremely helpful because now I can't see what's on the front is, but I can see it on my display. And this is also helpful if you have one or more devices at home and you log in maybe via a VPN connection from somewhere else in the world and want to see what's on your devices displayed, then this is extremely useful. So that's it. So what can we do with it? I can show you a few. Hope this works out. Okay, what I've done is on the first device, I wrote out the text ATRIX with rainbow colors. This is an automatic feature which you can set via the JSON structure under the hood. I set the background to white, set the text offset 3 pixels, so it's 3 pixels from the left, and I set don't center it and hold this display. If I don't set the hold parameter at here, the text is displayed for a short amount of time. I think 10 seconds. It's in the settings. I can change it, but I haven't done it on this device. So I say hold it. And what you've seen is the first use of the commandlet write ATRIX, like write host, like write verbose, like write whatever. So I named it write ATRIX because it's the device. And as you may expect is, when I clear it with clear ATRIX, like clear host, I clear this display, but I don't clear the app loop. The built-in apps will always display in a recurring manner. So when I use this display at home for my home automation, I don't want to flip always these built-in apps around. I normally want to state calm, black, simply black, and only when I want to display something on it, I turn it on. And when I turn it on, I maybe don't want to start the app loop. So you have different possibilities. You can, for example, I have, because I have 3 devices. No, I wanted to disable it. I want to disable the battery, temperature, humidity, and date, and only keep the time app in the loop. Now the third device should restart. Yeah. Did not restart.
The very right one. Yeah. Was? Nope, the other one. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Because I have it, I put a third on it. I didn't mention that it is this. Okay. So I now disabled 4 of these apps, and only one should display. So this something. Doch, worked out.
Shows 42. There's 52 over there. Yeah. Time is in the process. What with that? Yeah. Yeah. Tweet there on. This is next.
I have pressed restart again, so I wanted to press F5 in the browser and not in the ether. That was the problem. Yeah, it's okay. So now it's working again. You can see I can disable some of these built-in apps. And what I can also do is disable the devices. They are off, but you can see them here online, what they are displaying under the hood. This is also very useful. This is not something what I have implemented. This is all functionalities which are in the custom firmware. I only control this via the PowerShell module I have written. So under the hood, always I build these JSON structures together and send them via invoke web request to this device. So, and this is what because I've named this talk Taming the Matrix, because if you have a look at the documentation, and the documentation from the custom firmware is extremely good, but not all of these JSON attributes are so well named in our PowerShell style. And what I've done is mapping them all, sometimes 3 or 4 letter abbreviations to parameter names. So I maybe later or tomorrow I have a slide where you have a very smart look at what I've done under the hood to tame these settings. So we can turn it on again. So now they should be on again on the display. Perfect. Thank you for the response. So what can we do further? Because, well, you can't only display text or images on this device. You can even paint in a very limited manner, but you can. And doesn't refresh on here. Okay. So let's see what happens. Okay. What I've done in my for the session tomorrow, I will display even this text, but as an image. And what I've done is I constructed these text and image via the drawing features of the custom firmware. Extracted this with also with functionalities from the module, and simply screenshot it and put it in the slides. So I think it's a really quite cool feature of this firmware, and it's makes a lot of fun. So this is only scratched the surface, but it's 30 minutes of time I've talked. And now it's question time, if you have questions.
Oh, goodness, that's involved in this thing.
The clock is good when I have, it's a NTP connected clock when I have internet connection. With my little hotspot right here, I have no internet connection, so this is the time is out of everything. But if in my home network, I have these put in my normal network, they are NTP connected, and this works. This works fine.
Sorry. Oh, go ahead.
Can you change the brightness?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you can do it. I have put the brightness on these two devices almost to the highest level, because on my Twitter account I did a photo a few days ago when I'm with my wife on the campsite, and I wanted to display this text, and my wife said, "It's okay, I can see it, but on the photo you see absolutely nothing." So I turned it up, but you can slow it down. Also you can turn it down, and you can turn it down to almost nothing to see, but that works. Yeah. Yevgeny, you had a question? Okay. Yes. Yeah. Absolutely, yeah. It's too high. What you can do, but this is not perfect for such a presentation. There is a piezo buzzer in it, and this piezo buzzer you can control it via so-called RTTL, RTTL nodes. The older ones under us may know them from the first Nokia phones, when you can program the first Nokia phones with the ringtones. It's the same language, and I have collected about 100 of them from the internet and put it in the module. So the A-Team theme, Top Gun theme, and something like this. This is just a gaming thing, but the colleague of mine, Gerrit, who brought me to this idea, said, well, at home for my wife, I have a window sensor. If we open the window, and if it's open too long, there's only a short display and a very short acoustic signal. There is something to do. That's completely enough for it. If you go further and further and dive deeper, you find descriptions on the internet where you can develop such a device from scratch. If you are an IT guy and you know soldering and so on, you can build it complete on your own. And there's a chip where you can put an SD card or micro SD card on it with MP3 files. The firmware supports this under the hood, but I have to open it and solder it out and in, and I haven't done it, but there are some descriptions where people on the internet have done it.
So do you want to actually on the PowerShell, so I have to go here on here and then get the
integrated function where you can scroll text over.
Yeah. Yes, it's in it. Let's do. I have.
It's not fixed. It's not fixed one way.
Just a moment. You mean something like this?
Yes, and I assume you can also put it on 2.
Yeah.
Are we serious?
Hello?
Very different.
Hello?
The conference space with one location, and then you have identity, you have a data summit, and you have some summit. Briefly works. Yeah, the Windows apps.
Okay. Yeah, this is what I said when you. This is a scroll feature, and if you, I can just a moment. If I put the hold parameter.
Yeah, you're losing my.
Yeah,
Yeah. So that means that everything is making money.
Yeah. So, at least 2 of them. Yes, because you have a bunch of settings, and the default setting is for uppercase. And for these 2 devices, which are from my home and which I've configured very many things in the last time, I have changed the default to as is, and because this device is just from the box live unboxing, so it's in the default state. So, more questions? If not, yeah.
What's your favorite use case?
My favorite use case is I have a few days ago, before we started our holiday here in Sweden, I put such a clock in front, inside of a window, to show the friends of us who have a look at our house with a smart little Zigbee remote control, to show them if they have disabled or enabled our alarm system. And this is the most useful use case right now for this. You can do it with several other things, but I'm an IT guy. I'm an hacker, if you like to call it so, and I don't have to give them access to our wireless LAN. So I give them the small remote device, and they can click it, see its screen. They can go into the house. They close it. It displays red, and they know everything is fine. And even this is made by PowerShell. So maybe a talk next year. So that's it. If you have questions, I'm here tomorrow and on Thursday. So if you have another question or want to discuss something on this, feel free to connect. Thank you. Thank you.